Here are a few essentials that I cannot live without in my life. Number one, we start off with a bottle of distilled water. Now, this is something that I seriously, without a doubt, no jokes, I just simply cannot live without this. Lately, for the past 2-3 months, your boy has literally been consuming liters and liters of water every day. A bottle like this, I'll drink this in 10-15 minutes. I've been drinking this due to the fact that it's healthier, it's an alternative option, it has an amazing acquired taste. I think I don't drink water out of the tap, just to let you know. It just tastes different. You can argue all you want, but I like this water. Any brand of water, I don't mind. I buy the cheapest one. I don't really ever see the point of spending more money on a branded bottle of water. It's all the same shit. It comes from the exact same stuff. That's really how it works. So yeah, it's great. It's refreshing. It's got full of minerals. It's important for the body because our body, majority of the percentage actually is water. Only a few percentage of blood. So I think our body is like 75% out of water. It's healthy. And sodas and that type of stuff I don't drink, so this is really great. Well, I do drink them, however, I just drink it for the mukbangs, so that's it. So number two, believe it or not, is actually not necessarily a thing that you really need within your life, but it is just really nice to have. My car. I cannot live without it. And as weird as it may sound, I would have not even mentioned this within this video would it have been not us for living in a different place. Because the thing is, where we used to live in Rotterdam, you don't need a car. Rotterdam, you can basically compare to as New York City. It never fucking stops sleep. They don't stop working. Rotterdam, Amsterdam, The Hague is three of the most busiest places in the whole of the Netherlands, with Utrecht as a exclusive thing as well. They're also very busy. You don't really need a car in the city. However, when you live in a place as in Zeeland or in general with remote places where it's not that populated and it's not that big, but tourists love them, you really need a car. I've spoken to so many people in different places here that said, oh man, yes, a car is something you just need. You cannot live without a car here. However, that's pretty ironic because I've also seen people my age driving on scooters in there. So you don't really technically need a car, but having a car it's just an ultimate flex. I mean, let's be honest here. The flex because it's comfortable, you can drive whenever you feel like it. Although I've been driving without a license for years, I got mine. So yeah, I really can't live without my car, man. It's just amazing to have as transportation. Just the freedom to do whatever you feel like. It's nice. Now, this may be a surprise. You should be surprised. My knife. I don't really know what knife this is called. I've had this knife for a few years. And also, not to mention, I love collecting knives. However, I have not collected knives within a few years because, as you may know, 2 years ago nearly, I got raided by the police. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore because it happened. But yeah, it's just nice to have a knife. This knife is not legal to carry in public. However, it is legal to have on your own property. And with property, I mean you're not allowed to have this in a regular house. And if the feds watch this video, you can't do shit about me. It's legal. Alright? Just like a machete. What you gonna do about it? You gonna raid me again? Another very important essential, which is an essential that everyone is kind of needing, it's a must in today's modern society with all the technology, is a phone. In this case, my own iPhone. Why this is such a big essential? Because this is my form of communication. Unfortunately, today's generation and just society in general, people don't really talk to each other really in real life without having their phone on them. It's a form of safety as well. It's a form of whenever somebody needs you, they hit your line up and they say, hey, yo, where you at? This is very important to me. I have this everywhere I go. For some exceptions, like when I'm at work, for example, I don't have it on me because I don't want to get disturbed whilst working. I don't want to get distracted if I don't have anything to do that I go on my phone. Because as you know, when we all wake up, the first thing we do is we fuck around and go on our goddamn phones. It's something that I have to be honest and admit I do that as well. It's a very bad habit. We shouldn't be doing it yet. That's the first thing we do in the morning. It keeps the time. It calls the feds when you need them. And in general, this thing is important for me to communicate with people. Business partners is essential. And it's just a nice thing to communicate with you. Now you might be thinking, what is that? This is a rip-off Stanley knife. It's not an actual Stanley knife. Now this is essential that is very important for me whilst being at work. I do not carry this at the farm as I don't really need it. It's not really required at the farm because, you know, most of the stuff we have is pre-cut and everything. But having a knife on you or machete, etc. is always nice to have and it's handy. However, this thing is very essential for me and to me due to the fact that this shit cuts through meat like nothing. It's a weird expression maybe, but very important for opening up packages at the store. So basically Mondays and Tuesdays, as I've said before, are the days that the transportation carrier basically comes in. And we have a shitload of plastic. I'm not even fucking around when I say we have an exaggerated amount of plastic always coming in our store. And if you don't have one of these, you're basically screwed. You can't do shit without these. You can rip it off with your fingers, but the plastic that they use is sometimes 3-4 layers thick to prevent from water coming in, etc., and external damage. So this is really a thing. This is a good one. My dad gave me this a few days ago. What is nice about this one? This one clicks in. You know what's some nice when you do this? The knife falls back, drops in. But this one is just great to have. It's a cheaper alternative from a Stanley, but this one is very important to me because it makes me cut open packages. Another thing that is very important for me personally, I don't know how it is with you, is my wallet. I keep my wallet basically all the time on me, excluding working on the farm. I just keep it in my room because I don't need this shit on me. There's nothing vital for that. This is my form of payment. You know, nobody really uses cash nowadays. Although, interesting enough, all businesses, like majority of the businesses here in Zeeland, at least where we live, they only use cash to avoid tax. It's very small. That's the only reason I do it. And because they're old school, you know. Some people just can't be bothered to do all this, make an account and then have this bullshit. So cash is the way to go. I don't use cash personally, but, you know, when I have change, I put it in a change thing here in my place, and then I just collected penny saving basically. A family member of mine, she had like a whole jar of pennies that she used to collect back in Stoke-on-Trent a few years ago. I don't know if she still does it, but yeah, wallet is very essential for me. It's got my driver's license in it, it's got my registered license of my car, and it's just dandy to have on you all the time, because let's say you go unexpected to a supermarket and you don't have your wallet on you. It's like, shit, now I have to go back home to get it. I have forgotten it sometimes, but it's just nice to have on you. Honestly, I would never go without my wallet. I would probably choose my wallet over my phone. So the last essentials is an essential that I've had for a few years. These are things that I'm emotionally attached to. Deceased animals. Yes, I'm laughing about it because it's weird, because that's how I say it. But this is Tiggs. Tiggs was a cat that passed away in 2014. I actually don't remember the day, but I was playing FIFA. Animal vet came at home, and yeah, that was the news. She got hit, unfortunately. She passed away in 2014, so I've had her since then. And then within the same year, I had lost Gizzy. And the reason why these are essential that I can't live without, because these are very important for me. These have an emotional bond to me, as I grew up with these animals. These were the first animals that I ever grew up with as a kid. And these were basically my childhood. You know, these are my 14, 15 years of being a child growing up with. And these are just very important to me. Where I go, they go. When I purchased my tiny house 2 years ago, the first thing I did, and I'm not even lying, the first thing I did is I made sure these were all my house. They have their own place here at my apartment. They have on the bed shelf. I sometimes put a blanket on them. I sometimes have them in my bed. I know some of you may think that's kind of weird. I don't think it's weird. I've been doing it forever, you know. I've always had them around me. I've never had them far away from me. I've even taken them to vacation once, and it was a difficulty getting them through the border, but I had the documents to show, listen, they're deceased pets. I take them wherever I go. So yeah, this is one of them. And then Patchy was the last one that passed away 2016. I can't believe this is nearly 8 years ago. Wow. No, 7 years ago, sorry. Time goes fast. If you're wondering why it's Dent, I used to have how do you call it? I used to have a bunker bed, a high one, and I used to sleep with these in there, and they would often fall out of my bed. That's why there's duct tape around them. Well, actually, the duct tape is around so I don't open them up, because I don't want to open them up. I have opened them up in the past. It's just nasty. It's just ashes. But yeah, he passed away on the 10th of October 2016. Gizzy passed on the 3rd of March. Yeah, it was quite a rough year for all of us, and that's hence the reason why we have 3 dogs, 4 chickens, 2 horses, and 2 cats right now, because we just fucking love pets, I suppose. We grew up with them, and I grew up with them, so that's why they're very emotional bonded to me. I do hope to have my grandmother do the collection one day, although she's told me she wants to be furnace and put it in like what's that thing called, like a something similar to this. But yeah, that's her decision, so it's like, shit, I can't add it to the collection. I would like to add it to my collection because she would be my first human trial subject, which would be pretty interesting. I don't know how she's still alive, to be honest. She's probably going to outlive us all. Like, as much as I joke around with her, she's probably going to outlive me. I just have this weird feeling. Like, she's strong. Like, her genes are very strong. Anyways, these are my essentials that I can't live without. These are an updated one because, you know, obviously essentials, they change once in a while. I had a t-shirt here behind me. I don't know why. And obviously, I can't forget my parents as well. Very important part of my life, part of my success. And this is the video, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I got a reaction video coming up today for you guys. Peace out.